and it's so confronting. And I'm there for them, but it's just like, come on, this is too crazy.
Do you ever tell the children, like, there's something weird with the planets this week and that's why you're feeling this way?
Well, the thing is that with work, like when you work with kids, you can't hide anything from them. So even if I'm trying to be really on, I've had kids say to me, Shosh, you're really tired today. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I really didn't sleep. And I don't go on and on about myself as much as I'd like because they're coming to me. But pretty much, like, they're just as much the therapist as I am, you know?
That's
so,
great.
Yeah.
It's great to see that you're also professional and that you're not pushing them. Like, I think it's not easy for an Aries to be patient.
I think I'm a very patient person, though.
That's great.
Like, maybe too patient. Not with myself, but with other people.
Maybe the most patient.
With
just generally, like more patient than others.
Yes.
I'm going to read a list of the people that are also Aries.
Okay.
And I want you to tell us, who do you most identify with out of this list and why?
Okay.
Jamie Lynn Spears. Vincent van Gogh.
Okay.
Lady Gaga. Mandy Moore.
Wow.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Or Thomas Jefferson.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just... So we've got Jamie Lynn Spears, which is Britney Spears' younger sister.
Well, she's not just Britney Spears'
Well, she's a person. She's a person.
She's done so much.
She's a mother. Now. She had a TV show, Zoe 101.
Okay.
But yes, she's Britney's sister.
All right, so we've got Lady Gaga.
Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent van Gogh, who was an artist, obviously.
Just like you.
But I don't want to... I mean, I don't think that really connects us more than me and, like, Jamie, for example.
She's also an artist.
She's like a girl. Who else? Okay, we've got Mandy Moore. That's an interesting one that came up. All right. Mandy Moore.
And there was Heath Ledger and Thomas Jefferson.
Ledger.
I think Mandy Moore's definitely the most interesting.
It's a tough list.
All very successful Aries, fellow Aries. Is there anyone that's
Lady
a definite...
Gaga stands out to me. I just find her to be quite fascinating. And I don't know much about her, but I feel like there are a lot of layers to her. And that I like the way that she expresses herself and she's not afraid to. So I don't identify with her in that way, but I wish that I could.
So more of an inspiration.
Yeah. And Mandy Moore, I think, just because she's like a regular person.
She's the gal next door.
And also she went through a really bad phase where she did Candy, That's on Candy, and she wore like her hair in pieces with the red beads at the end. Do you remember that?
Who could forget?
And that was a terrible stage, but like she came out of it a better person.
Did she?
Yeah, I think she did. And I think she's much stronger now.
Yeah, I think Mandy Moore is classic Aries in the way that, like, she was clearly famous at one point of history, and I don't know what she's doing now, but I feel like she's doing her best. Like she's living the best life.
She's on a show called Us that apparently is doing really well.
Wow,
exactly.
Yeah, and she seems like a sweet person.
She's a great gal.
She's great, Mandy. But yeah, I felt like Rihanna would have been an Aries. And I felt like she was going to be on the list.
She's a Pisces, and we're going to talk about her in our Pisces episode.
Damn, I missed out. It's alright, I've got nothing in common with her, so it's fine.
You're a strong woman.
Yeah.
You know?
You're a strong woman, you are a woman, and that's already two things that you have in common with Rihanna.
Yes.
You've lived in America.
Yes.
It's true.
Is there anything that you guys want to know that you feel like something that you really wanted to know about an Aries, like a typical Aries?
I want to know about your heart. Like, when it comes to love, do you feel like are you happy to be vulnerable with someone?
Am I happy to be?
Or is it...
I think it's important to be. Does it feel comfortable? No. But I think that's the only way to have a real connection with someone. Ultimately, I would like a vampire love relationship because it's always intense. It never dies, and forever is not enough. Like forever is actually not enough, and to me that is just, I love that.
And if that's not an Aries statement, an Aries closure statement, I honestly don't know what is. Shoshi, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So we've got to that point in our episode where we talk a little bit about other signs as well. And you might have noticed that our voices sound a bit more sexier today or a bit more ill, depends on what you're hearing.
And I guess the beauty of the podcast realm is that no one out there can see that we are just sitting in a room with heaps of scrunched up tissues and cups of tea and like Vicks VapoRub all around us, trying to heal ourselves from the ailments that we have. So we're really pushing through.
And it's very cold in Melbourne and we just both got sick. So we thought, why don't we explore the idea of what would the star signs do? Or what do they do when they get sick? What do they do, Karen?
So obviously Aries comes to mind first because this whole episode is about Aries. But I reckon, Aries, I'm sitting next to an Aries who is sick right now and he is kind of incomplete, both embracing of being sick and then denying it all the time. Like, nah, I'm going to yoga tonight. I'm going to work. Like,
yeah, I think it's, if they have a task, they'll do the task. Like, for example, the beginning of the week, I had like pretty easy days at work. So I didn't go to work. I was like, there's nothing major waiting for me. I don't have to rock up. But if I had like a thing that I had to be at, I'll just ignore the sickness.
Yeah, and approaching it in a really goals-orientated way. So just like buying all this shit and like taking all these vitamins and just everything's very
Which
fast.
I think also is a very Sagittarius thing to do, is to embrace it. Buy all this herbal shit, believe in every healer, go to 5 different healers, naturopaths, and get like all the support they can have. Someone that will do the exact opposite is
Capricorn,
obviously.
Time. Yeah, I reckon Capricorns, when they're sick, they're just, firstly, they don't believe that they're sick. So they might be like, the doctor might have told them like, hey, you need to get your leg amputated because it's really, you're just like not well. And the Capricorn's like, excuse me, like I actually can't understand what you're saying and I'm going to work.
Yeah.
And they'll go to a doctor and then they'll just like won't take any of the advice because they know that they're so resilient and strong anyways.
They don't believe in it. They don't believe in doctors. Taurus, obviously being ruled by Venus and being an earth sign, they're a very healthy sign. I don't think they'll get sick.
Yeah, never.
And I don't think they would know what to do if they ever get sick.
And Cancerians, what about them?
What's new, you know?
It's just like another pity party that they get to wallow in. This time they'd have a justification for being a bit miserable.
Healthy, sick, you know, it's a shit day every day.
Yeah, what a hard day for me, they're saying. Leos would be probably writing on Facebook like pictures of them lying in bed saying, oh,
Leos?
woe is me.
I think Leos will be like, I'm the first person that ever gotten sick and I have a lot of insight that I want to share with you of the experience, what it feels like to be sick.
Yep. And Virgos, I reckon Virgos would see like probably book in like 6 doctors.
It's just a chance.
Yeah, and they would schedule a sick day for about 3 months later, just so they can actually heal a bit later. But they'd be very organized.
I think a tricky sign to deal with will be a Gemini because they'll be like, they'll wake up really sick. They'll be like, I need all the sympathy. I'm sick. It's a tragedy. But then you'll offer them like tea. And they'll be like, why are you treating me differently? Like, I'm not sick.
That's pretty much exactly what's happened this morning, where I've just been like, I really need sympathy and attention and support from everyone all the time at the moment, but I'm repulsed and repugnated by any expressions of sympathy. So I reckon that's a general Gemini approach.
And if we mentioned Gemini, so naturally I want to ask you, what would a Scorpio do?
I reckon a Scorpio, when they're sick, they're just coughing on their ex to just crush them a bit further.
It's like spreading germs all over people that they don't like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Someone that I wouldn't say take this sickness to an aggressive way is Libra. I think a Libra will be like a classic, like I'm sick, I'm going to take care of myself, I'm going to embrace this sickness, make it look a bit hot. It's time for my like sick outfit, my sickness gown. How do you call it?
Gown.
Yeah.
Sickness gown, that's cool.
Every Libra has one.
Yeah, they wear it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aquarius, another air sign.
Who knows what the fuck Aquarius is doing? They're just going on a trip. Like they've booked a 6-month trip anyway to like go and explore themselves, and they got sick the day before the trip. So they're just like, well, I'm sorry to my boss. Like I'm having to take like 6 weeks off.
Yeah.
I'm really sick. And then you just don't see them for 6 months. And there's pictures on their Instagram of them like sipping martinis on an island somewhere.
And they're just going to use their like sickness glow to just seduce all these hot people that when they're traveling, they're going to meet them and seduce them because they're hotter when they're sick. And last and maybe least, I don't know, is Pisces, which...
Yeah, I guess you just forget about them a bit sometimes. Pisces, what are they doing there?
I think
they're saying like they're dropping hints that they're unwell. But no, I don't think you're really, when no one's picking up on the hints that they're sick.
They're waiting to be noticed. Unfortunately, they're not going to be noticed. I'm telling you in advance, Pisces, when you're sick, just let someone know. Because like,
no one cares.
No one really cares. Yes, I think we covered everyone. So that's what they would do. That's what we do. And to end this episode, I think there's one question that we still didn't ask. Was Hitler an Aries?
Oh, it's actually a really important question because Hitler is cuspy Aries and Taurus. So next week we're going to be diving into all things Taurus, and admittedly I don't know that much about the Taurus sign, so I'm excited about that. But so I don't know if Hitler was the classic Aries or the classic Taurus because he was a very fire sign. He wanted to destroy everything.
Yeah, but I think a Taurus I think Hitler was definitely an Aries. He was born on April 20th, which is the cusp. But being able to have this like destructive energy, I don't think a Taurus would have that much of a hateful, being. I think it's a very Aries thing to do. And I think this is all we're going to say about it because obviously we're both Jewish and we don't want to give Hitler more airtime than that. This is already too much.
Yeah.
So,
and you might be thinking this podcast is too much. So we probably will wrap it up now. But as we said, next week we are jumping into Taurus. So really looking forward to another fun episode, more A, B, and C grade celebrities. So hopefully you'll join us then as well. And thanks for listening.